The carnivore diet is the absolute worst fitness fad I have ever seen in my life. Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And when I make that statement, I am not the only coach that I know who says this. I've chatted with other coaches I know who've been in the game a long time, meaning I'm not even talking about coaches under 35. I am talking about guys in their 40s, guys in their 50s who have been strength coaches, fitness coaches, all this stuff for many, many years, who I'm friends with. This is stuff that we've all chatted about, and we kind of universally agree, and this includes people who are elite strength athletes, who coach strength athletes. These are people I know who are dietitians. All of these people, we all look at this and we're dumbfounded at the absurdity of it. And it's scary because there are so many people who write crazy things like, oh, this has cured all these incurable health conditions. And again, we need to be clear. This is absolutely ludicrous. It's not based on evidence. It's not based on anything reasonable. And when I say it's the worst, it's because the health effects. I know other coaches and fitness professionals who are seeing all the negatives. They're now working with people, and they know people who are suffering serious health consequences from this. And you're not seeing it in these groups perpetuating it. So there are long-term consequences that don't get addressed enough, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm talking about the shorter-term stuff people are seeing. Okay. There are people whose IBS has gotten worse. So people will do these sort of diets and they're like, oh, for a while my IBS got better, and then it gets worse. Why does it get worse? Well, because the lack of fiber in the diet. Okay, the lack of fiber. It starts causing gut flora extinction, and the problem is it's very, very hard to replace all that gut flora once it dies off. And then people are like, well, as long as I never eat carbs or fiber or vegetables again, I'll be okay. You may not need those gut flora for a while for that, but eventually that is going to catch up with you. All right. And what's even crazier, you get the Cajun people who chime in, anonymous people. Well, I've been doing carnivore for 25 years. Really? Because no one was doing it 20 years ago. It's a new fad. So when someone makes that claim, you should be suspicious. This is a new fad that really has only been popularized almost entirely due to like Jordan Peterson and people like that. It wouldn't even be something anyone was talking about if not for that. All right? We need to be very, very clear on that. This is a recent occurrence. There's no significant number of people out there who've been doing a true carnivore diet with no vegetables for 20 or 25 years. These people are making it up. I've been in the fitness game that long, and nobody even suggested such a thing 20 years ago. It was unheard of. Okay, it was absolutely unheard of. But in terms of the other consequences, we're seeing worse gut issues. One of my friends who cares a ton about fertility stuff, who cares about fertility science, it's a massive area of interest for her. And her husband actually has an advanced degree in sports nutrition on top of it. She's pointed out she's now seeing women who are permanently infertile due to these sort of diets. And that's the thing that she's kind of noted too. She's like, people are not being made aware that this sort of diet, in fact, even deep ketogenic diets in some cases can negatively affect women's fertility. Okay? In the long term. Meaning, so women are doing these sort of diets and then trying to get pregnant later and then finding out they're now infertile as a result of it. Ooh. That's a kind of a big one, isn't it? It's kind of a big one, and I'm not saying that everyone should care about that, but if you do, this is potentially a problem. All right? We have the atherosclerosis side, keeping in mind that some of the experts who are pushing this are trying to ignore it. Dr. Sean Baker, keep in mind, the guy's a quack. Other medical doctors, so people can say, well, he's a medical doctor. Other medical doctors are calling him a quack. Experts in cardiology are looking at his blood work going, this man is going to die of a heart attack. It's not going to catch up to him for a little longer, but the rate of atherosclerosis will be enormous in him. He is accruing it at an enormous rate. Okay? And it would be one thing to say, and I used to think he was just a quack who was scamming people. No, he's got his own hang-ups and issues, because he is a fringe doctor who is literally ignoring what all the other doctors out there are saying regarding blood work causation with atherosclerosis and damaging his own body. And he is guiding other people along that path. Okay, when his LDL was coming back 300 and 400, anything over 100 has been well documented to contribute to atherosclerosis. He's way at levels that are almost unheard of. This is going to be a heart attack. You know, when people follow this nonsense, they're like, well, whatever he's trying. It's like, he's a former enhanced powerlifting champion. Yes, he's still going to be strong on this diet. And that's what people are not getting. Go look at his powerlifting track record. When he was younger, he was literally a world-class level competitive enhanced powerlifter. Of course, he's still strong. All right? You don't deadlift 700 pounds when you're younger and then keep lifting and eating a lot of protein and get magically weak. It's not a testament to the diet. It's a testament to, I don't know, building a 700-pound deadlift in your 30s. Insanity. Saldino has suffered health effects and has had to back off certain points of this crazy diet. But what people are going to suffer from is going to be long-term hormonal issues, fertility issues, loss of gut flora, worse irritable bowel, lifelong digestion issues, and then on top of it, the atherosclerosis. And it's all based on nonsense. None of it's even based on real science or history. People come up with ludicrous things. Well, humans are super carnivores. Our species, Homo sapien, were never super carnivores. They're talking about Homo erectus, a now extinct pre-human that had an average lifespan of 30 years and its IQ was too low to talk. A species that was not capable of speech that lived 30 years old was a hypercarnivore that is now extinct. It's not humans. And even if it were true, it doesn't make it healthy. Absolute insanity. It's hurting people. This diet is hurting people, and the people pushing it are causing harm, and they're all fringe quacks. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys and gals next time.